Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace Isaac. If you're seeing this face for the very first time, my name is Grace Isaac. I just want to seize this opportunity to thank every single one of you that responded to my last post, the husband tag video. It seems like you guys like, I guess, the presence of my husband, maybe not just my face, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you have not seen that video, I'll put the link on this video so that you can go back and watch it. So today I have something different and something personal and special for you. If you have not subscribed, this is the time to click that subscribe button, like, share, subscribe, and let's just move forward together. So this afternoon, I want to talk about marriage. Yes. Some months ago, I did a video about tips for lasting relationship, and I said series, something like that, and then I've not done anything on it since then. So this is like a continuation of that video. Before I start though, I want to put a disclaimer out. I am not a relationship specialist. I am not a marriage advisor or marriage therapist or whatever. But the things that I want to say are from my own personal experiences in marriage. And then they are also from the things that I brought into marriage, the thinkings that I have before marriage and I brought into marriage, and the lessons that I have learned so far. So today I only have 2 tips for us. And these 2 tips are very, very important and essential in marriage. So please, 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 I don't want you to skip. I don't want you to fast forward. And I would really love you to listen, because trust me, if you do this, or if you implement and you start doing this, over time, you will begin to see positive changes in your relationship, and especially in your marriage. So tip number 1, and the most important tip that has been on my mind, is that yes, learning. The truth is that when we get married, we are very excited to go into the marriage. But I have realized over the years that we don't put in work when we get into the marriage. And I'm talking even to myself. And these are some things that I later realized after I got married. And we'll have like our little misunderstandings here and there, and I'm wondering what's going on. But I was not learning. And this is one of the issues that a lot of us married people have, because we don't learn. Once we go to the altar, then we drop everything that has to do with learning about marriage. Trust me, there is absolutely nothing wrong with even listening to videos or tapes or messages about choosing your life partner. Because when we see messages like that as married couple, we tend to ignore it and say, oh, I already have my life partner, so what do you want to tell me? But you will realize there are some key points that you will get from messages like that would even help you to build your own marital relationship now that you're married. Because these are the things that I do. Sometimes when I listen to messages like that, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Even though, we do marriage seminars and all that, but because because we're not listening to it together, and it just sees the topic, you will look at how to choose your life partner, like why do you need this? But trust me, there are key points in stuffs like that, or books like that, or messages like that you can get as a married person. So what am I trying to say? The same way when you get an admission into a university to study a particular course or to study whatever you want to study, and you're in school and you have tests, you read books, you go to classes, you read because you want to pass, you read because you want to do well in school or in that particular aspect. This is the same way you are supposed to study when you're married, so that you can do well in the marriage. Or even in a place of work. Currently now, because I am a pharmacy technician and I have to do CE, it requires me to take a 20-hour course. 20 credits, not 20 hours, but 20 credit course to recertify. So I have to do it whether I like it or not. And then even when I do stuff like that, it helps me, it brings to my understanding some things that I need to work on in my career, some things that I need to do better. These are the same way, companies will pay for training for their staffs. They're paying for your training because they want you to come back and implement that training so that you can do better, so that the company can do better as a whole. This is the same way we are supposed to study when we are married. You need to keep listening to marriage messages. You need to keep reading books about marriage. But unfortunately, we go into marriage and we're relaxed. We think, oh, it's marriage. We just wake up every day and then we keep rolling and we keep rolling. But it doesn't work like that. If you do not study, if you do not read, if you do not work to improve your marriage, you would always have problems. And at the long run, you might get to a point where you feel like you're having too much problem. And you keep wondering, why is this person behaving like this? Or why is my husband behaving like this? Or why is my wife behaving like this? It's just because we have ignored the part of knowledge, and we have either collectively or individually avoided knowledge, and we are not learning. So there is nothing new. There is no fresh wine. There is no new thing that you're bringing into the marriage, because you don't know. You're just living it day by day like you do it, and you're not learning anything new. Somebody was saying today that medical doctors go to school for 7 years, or maybe even more in other countries, to become a medical doctor. And then when you do that, you have your residency, you have things that you have to do. Even when you're on the job, you have to keep reading, you have to keep doing stuff, so that to improve yourself. This is the same thing in marriage. We take marriage with levity. We don't take it as important. Not that we don't take it as important, but I think a lot of us don't see the importance of reading or the importance of learning. I used to say that there is nothing like there is no third party, or there is no outsider in this marriage. And I'm not talking about people third party now. Your third party can be a book. Your third party can be a spiritual aid that you go to for advice. But every marriage needs an external source to flourish. Every marriage needs an external support. And your external support can be book. Your external support can be yearly counseling. But every marriage needs this to grow and to survive. And you will see that when you start putting in this work to do, you will start seeing improvement even in you. Because when you are improved, definitely you're the one in the marriage. Your marriage will be improved. And does this say it doesn't have to be the one party alone doing it? It doesn't have to be the woman reading and then bringing in all the work, or the man doing it and then bringing in all the work to the marriage. Each party has a part to play, and everybody has to bring in 100%. It's not I bring in 50, you bring in 50. No, you have to bring in 100 and I have to bring in 100. And then if you have a spouse who doesn't see it that way, or who is not learning, or who you think, oh, I'm the only one doing all this work, I'm the only one doing this, I'm the only one doing that, trust me, there is nothing prayer cannot do. That is the second thing. Prayer. We should not underestimate the power of prayer. Prayer is capable of doing anything. No matter how tough a man is, no matter how tough a woman is, that person is still tough, because you have not brought them to the place of prayer, because you have not tabled their case to God. There is no man, there is no woman that God cannot change. I am a living testimony of that, and I know that. So anything can happen when you pray. And when you pray sincerely, when you pray intentionally, when you pray truthfully, and when you pray correctly, that means that you don't go there acting like, oh, I am the only one, or I am the perfect one. You go there saying, Lord, I know that I need work. Come and help me. Come and change me, so that my life can be an example. My life can be a teaching. My life can be a lesson. This person will see the way that I do things, and my life will change this person. So it has to be a sincere prayer. It has to be a truthful prayer. It has to be a consistent prayer. Something you do continuously. And when we keep doing this, we will see that changes will come into our relationships. And trust me, I know I'm talking about marriage. Yes, we can implement this even when we are in the dating phase. But most importantly, you have to do this when you're married. Most importantly, you need to keep learning. You cannot read book about marriage because you're dating, and then the counseling mandates you to read some book, and after the wedding day you forget the book, or you forget about prayer, you forget about praying for your spouse or whatever. Marriage don't go like that. If you relax, there will be failure. The same way when we relax in classes, we don't do our quizzes, we don't read, we don't pass well. The same way when we don't learn at work, we don't do well at work. It's the same way when you relax in marriage and you're not learning, you're not renewing your mind every day, you will not do well. So it's not this or that. You just have to put in the work. You just have to put in the effort. And I pray and I hope that God will help us to see the right path to take and the things that we have to do to make our relationships better. So I know I have been a little, I bombarded you with my thoughts this afternoon, but I hope that you've learned one thing or the other, and I hope that you would implement whatever it is that you have learned today in everything I have said. So once again, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, please, I beg you, subscribe to this channel, like this post. Let me know if there's anything you want me to do or anything you want me to say. And like I promised you the other time, that you will see the face of my husband more often now. So probably the next video I'll be posting will be a video of me and him. I'm not sure about that, but definitely I'll be dropping a video soon of the two of us. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.